It's Week 17 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see T.J. Hawkinson. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Bills and the Patriots, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, there is a brand new stadium starting to take shape just across the way, but for now, the action is here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn on this final day of 2023, New Year's Eve. Folks are fine-tuning their resolutions. Fitness clubs ready for that January boon. But these two teams have one more important piece of business to take care of before the calendar turns to 2024.
And I'll be one of those, trying to get it going in January, trying to get my physical fitness on. But first,
the final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway, Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by one of the most productive QBs in the last decade. It's year 10 for the Fresno Stater now. Here's Derek Carr.
and I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Still first down.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Another run for Gibbs here. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The numbers for Gibbs from last week. 18 carries, 83 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Now Carr. And his throw is incomplete. And Khalif Raymond was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. But you look at this Patriots defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well. And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And they'll be led out by an exciting athlete. 4th overall pick of the draft out of Florida, Anthony Richardson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Taking a peek at the rushing numbers for Spiller in last week's game. 16 carries, 86 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kurt Holcomb. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off. And it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage. and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
At the Patriots 20-yard line.
From the gun, it's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
It's up about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff. This defense for the Bills, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, here's Richardson. Open man right side is Rice. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything, every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. From the 33, here's a second down and 6. Now Carr on the bootleg. Pass is caught by Rondale Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. Gibbs will try and pick it up. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hawkinson. And he's going to have the Bills 1st down. Well, they take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs. Now a play fake. Carr. Throw caught by Raymond. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time. They'll run with Gibbs. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Richardson to throw off play action. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And Richardson back to throw it. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Hamler now on the return. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. The Bills on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third and a few inches. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Richardson working from the gun. That ball caught by Campbell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
A handoff for Warren. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Got his man, it's Warren. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New England. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jameer Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 24-yard line.
Carr going to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Patriots take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
On the give, it's one. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Now it's Richardson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Returning it, here's Hamler. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw his car. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the Bills will add on to the lead. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Carr now to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Carr maybe with a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
New England's offense set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. That one caught by Rice. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Gets around it. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Gibbs. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. Caught left side, here's Dell. Down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Gibbs. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. The final shot here before half for Carr. And that went to the right side and incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
A 23-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now Richardson. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now a run with Warren. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
A beautiful fake. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. These two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. So the Patriots coming out now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Quick completions on first and second down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New England. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And here come the Bills. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Carr. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Now Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now inside the 25. And all the way home for the Bills touchdown. Take down his 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track sneakers? Because he was gone. Big time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple, and that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Encroachment, defense.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Warren. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Stopped and handed a loss by Willie Gay that time. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Richardson looking to throw this. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it with Spiller. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Foul. Face mask.
you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
They'll run it. Warren. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Straight ahead, it's Spiller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New England. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. In motion left, Robinson. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Read option. This is Gibbs. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Darnell Savage on the tackle. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. New England trying to get a place on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bills' 45-yard line.
Here's Warren. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Spiller on the toss left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo set to get the football back here. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. New England on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This time it's 3rd and 3. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. Pushes past him. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. Evades him at the 10. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Takedown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
New England's offense set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing: get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Here's Richardson to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And Richardson looks to throw once more. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New England. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now.
Automatic first down.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Carr on the bootleg. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dayo Odeyingbo. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at about the 14. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. New England trying to get a place on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Got his man, it's Warren. Down the right sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jalen Warren, 76 yards. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And the Bills are going to recover. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's got it to about the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, and they set the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Patriots are going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Richardson. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That'll be caught by Rice. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it's caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Tyler Conklin, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots get a bit closer. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
Flushed out right.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. Was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for the Bills, they moved to 9-7 on the year with one game remaining. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.